But now, do you guys want to get things rolling? This is our free agent special. We got our 4-minute hut. Our what?
4-minute hut.
4-minute what?
That was weak. Come on, hit that again.
4-minute hut.
The 4-minute hut.
All right. Today we're going to play a little game with it, though. The game is who got paid and who got played.
Rejection.
All right. So basically, we're going to look at all these money transactions and everything going on. Some of this stuff we already touched on, you know what I mean? And we're going to say it basically was a good deal or a bad deal. Topic conversation. Now, just as we rolled off the show, we will roll off the segment. First up, Elway. Now, it's paid. We're using it as a formality. Did you win or did you lose? All right. So Elway, I mean, what, he got played. There's no question in that, right? Elway didn't win anything. He has no quarterback.
No, they're screwed out there in Denver right now.
An old man said this wise statement that fits this situation for Mr. Elway so perfectly. You got played, boy.
There you go. That one's easy. Denver as a whole played. I mean, Brock Osweiler, they just basically paid Brock Osweiler to go to school for 4 years, okay, to learn how to be a quarterback under a legend, and then he got up and walked out on him. He walked out on him, and he walked straight to the Texans. So now, on Brock Osweiler's end and the Texans, did anybody get paid? Who got played? What's going on?
What's kind of funny, though, with the Elway thing, because I grabbed a quote from him, and I thought it was interesting, and it's from their official website, all right? And here's the quote. We've stayed true to our philosophy of building a team with players who want to be Denver Broncos and want to be here. End quote.
Yeah, I heard this. That's kind of what they were saying when I was talking about them being girls.
What are you saying, sir?
He's saying that he doesn't want Brock Osweiler because Brock Osweiler doesn't want to be with him. Do you know? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's like, grow up a little bit, or either that or, grow a pair.
Exactly.
Boo.
Exactly. My girlfriend dumped me. And I'm really hurt.
My side. And not only that, my side piece won't even call me back.
Scusi. All right. So did Brock Osweiler come out getting paid or played? Is Brock Osweiler?
Brock Osweiler got paid.
Damn right he did. What do you think, John?
He got the money.
Good for him. Good for him.
All right, next up on the list, let's talk about the Eagles. Now, we've talked about the Eagles already, but I think the Eagles played the crap out of that trade, man. They definitely got paid.
Yo, you know what? Also, to just a little side note to for Brock, you know who else signed a deal with them to make them even more dangerous? Travis Benjamin inked a 4-year deal.
Oh, yes, that is nice.
So now you got nice. Travis Benjamin and D-Hop.
D-Hop.
Get out of here.
Look out for Houston.
That's what I've been saying.
Do they win that division?
That's what I've been saying.
Do they win the division next year, you think?
They won it this year, too, with Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, but they also won it with Indy, having Andrew Luck out, basically the entire year.
Yo, Matt Hasselbeck was outperforming the crap of Andrew Luck.
He retired.
The Colts were better with Hasselbeck.
It's still Andrew Luck. We'll see what happens, but yeah, Houston is definitely going to make noise.
This might be the bounce back year. I know a lot of people in my fantasy league. There was one person that gambled on him in the first round, and and boy, that did not come true. And I also know some other people that gambled on him too. But I think next year is going to be a different story for him because he ate a big portion of humble pie.
You're talking about Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck will come back next year. Yeah.
Well, he did have a big serving of humble pie. I mean, these guys were crowning him the next great one. Do you know what I mean?
And then he
quarterback, and just like Kaepernick. I mean, hopefully Luck. I think he'll bounce back. Oh, of course. Yeah, I should not have said like Kaepernick. I never thought Kaepernick was a good quarterback, but people were crowning him the next superstar, and he completely went off a cliff. Now, Andrew Luck demonstrated it for longer and better and more traditionally.
Well, he was the number one. He was the number one pick in that draft. He's a good quarterback.
My question is, what about these fish, gentlemen? These fish,
They got played.
They got some
They got played.
Like, what are you thinking? Like, it's too much money for what?
As an Eagles fan, I could definitely say
Byron Maxwell
and Kiko Alonso. Now, I had high hopes for both of those guys going into last season. I mean, Kiko Alonso made some plays. But the only play I can remember vividly in my head was in Game 1 against the Falcons last year when Kiko Alonso made a baller interception in the end zone. But that's, as far as Kiko Alonso last year, that's all I can remember of the guy. He was hurt. So was Byron Maxwell. He was getting burned in that exact same game by Julio Jones. Virtually that entire game. Byron Maxwell and Kiko Alonso did not play up to the contracts, especially Byron Maxwell. They did not play up to the money that they were paid. So I actually have to applaud Howie Roseman. As much as I don't really like him, he got rid of bad contracts, freed up cap space, and played the Dolphins. The Dolphins, you got played.
You got played.
You got played, son.
Now, it's going to be, you're going to have to wait and see how those guys play down there.
And I think they got played on the Williams deal also. They got played all together.
But you're going to...
I don't know. That's a veteran defense. We'll see. But that's like,
the
like I
Dolphins
said,
do have a good defense, but you're talking about three guys...
No, they don't. They have
it's an older
names now.
defense. It's an older defense.
But my point is that you're going to have to see how those guys play down in there before we necessarily sit here and say 100% that they got played. I think they got played, but
most likely they got played.
You're probably right about
played,
that.
Son.
You're probably right about that, but who knows? Those guys could go down there and be showstoppers. Who knows?
Yeah, you might be right. But let's kick it. Oh, you got something, John?
But as an Eagles fan, I'm going to say that they got played.
Yeah, no, who knows? I think they got played a little bit, but honestly, they paid for older talent, and let's see what it does.
It rarely works. See, it seemed like
Kiko
the Giants.
Alonso is not old.
Well, no,
Kiko Alonso's beat up though.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, when you're beat up, you're old.
He had a phenomenal rookie season there in Buffalo. He was under Jim Schwartz there too.
You just don't come back the same after big injuries.
See, the Giants paid a lot of money. They paid a lot of money, but they paid it to younger guys. All right, and that's up
what you
next.
want to do.
Exactly. That's who you want to get, somebody coming off their rookie contract. Now you have to assume the Giants are cutting ways with Prince Amukamara after signing Janoris Jenkins and having DRC on the other side.
Yeah,
you
he's visiting Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think.
All right, but with the Giants though. Now, really think about this. Honestly, most fans, I think, are going to agree me because of the size of the checks John Mara is going to be writing. Do you know what I mean? I think the Giants are going to get paid with this. I think this is going to work out well for the Giants. We do have a hole at free safety. I would have rather the free safety over a corner, even though we did get a phenomenal corner. Because Landon Collins is back there. I really want a mentor for him. I don't know if it's in the money to do it, but wow, they're doing great so far. I'm going to say they get paid. What do you guys think about them getting paid or played? Good deal, bad deal?
I don't know. Can we put a middle column and just say gambled?
Nope, two choices.
No, two choices.
Is it a good gamble? All right, look at the odds, right? Are they sitting there and are they playing, you know what I mean? Are they hitting, are they at the blackjack table and they're hitting on, 15? And it's like a real gamble? Or are they just gambling a little bit? You know what I mean?
I think it might be a little bit of a gamble, just because you have fresh newer players, and you also
a gamble with some upsides, a gamble with
the upsides, but not only that, you're going to restore the thing that the Giants were known for, and that was defense.
I mean,
and finally, you're making those moves. And for the longest time, I was kind of curious what the heck you guys were doing over there with Tom Coughlin. Because Tom Coughlin, he had to go.
Tom Coughlin is
he had to go a couple years ago. After you won that
Tom
bowl.
Coughlin is a patsy now. I'm sorry. No, I disagree.
You had to. Once he got that ring, man, it's you can't play that old school, ground and pound football no more.
No, when the Giants do good this year, all right, they're going to try and point the finger at Coughlin. But this is what the Giants have just gotten. The worst running team in the league just got one of the best run stoppers in the league. All right, you need to do that. That's going to change things. The team with no pass rush just got the top-rated pass rusher available from NFL, second-rated from NFL.com, top-rated from ESPN. ESPN, top rated from Pro Football Focus. All right, and then they went out there and they get someone who looks like they could be a long-term lockdown corner opposite of DRC. They got paid. If the Giants do good, they rebuilt the worst part of their team. Everybody's going to point the finger at Coughlin, and he's going to be the patsy. But no, they're building a better team. All they got to do is score on this draft. Show them, what do you think? Paid or played, Giants?
I'm going to say paid. Janoris Jenkins definitely helps you out, especially when you got to go up against guys like Des Bryant and Deshaun Jackson twice a year. I hate saying that as an Eagles fan, but getting a shutdown corner is definitely going to help you.
Yes, exactly. So the Giants are paid. Now, who did the Jaguars pick up? What running back went to the Jaguars? Was it Lamar Miller?
No,
Lamar Miller went to the Texans.
Here, type in the Jaguars. Jaguars picked up a decent running back. Type that up. Look for that. Because, I want to talk about the Oh, go ahead.
I know C.J. Anderson has, Miami, Chicago, New England, and San Fran in his outlook.
All right, but I want to take a second and talk about the Jags, though.
The Jags, yeah.
We're going to close up the 4-minute hut.
But what about these Raiders that are
Oh, you want to do the Raiders? All right. What do you, John? You tell me about.
Like I said, as a one-time Raiders fan and still a fan, but I chose the Panthers as my official number one team because I wanted to be an individual. But I still got love for these. So
it was your childhood team. Your childhood team was the Raiders. See, I'm a Giants fan for life, but your childhood team was the Raiders.
Because
I'm interjecting. The Jaguars signed Chris Ivory.
Oh, we'll get there. Hold on. Let him talk about the Raiders.
So the silver and black that I was used to, I got introduced to those John Madden games and got to see some, I got to see of the Los Angeles Raiders winning the bowl, and then now it looks like they're going back now because they focused a lot on the interior line. Donald Penn,
and they got Khalil Mack out there.
Could be coming in there. They still got defensively they got Khalil Mack. There was I feel like I'm gonna butcher this man's name, but I'm gonna try to do it justice. Kaliki Asamele. 5 years, $58.5 million they paid for him, and then they got Bruce Irvin for 4 years. And they're making moves over there in Oakland.
They got Derek Carr, Amari Cooper.
Exactly. So
I think the Raiders
are up and coming,
just like the Texans. I put them in the same category as the Texans. Texans a little bit higher, I think.
And with Peyton and Brock Osweiler leaving that division,
exactly.
Look out for the Raiders this year, man. Look out for the Raiders.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe a certain someone amongst the three amigos here said that there would be a certain team by the name of Oakland Raiders being in a Super Bowl this year.
Okay, all right. Yes, you did.
Me.
You weren't on the show yet.
That wasn't
You weren't
me.
on the show yet. John did say
that.
back in episode 4. The first time, it was the post-Super Bowl show. We're talking about Cam Newton. Right there, episode 4. John said that. We'll see if it comes
Panthers,
true. We got
Raiders,
some futures.
Super Bowl.
We got some futures bets. Some futures bets going on. But let's get over to the Jaguars. So, who'd they sign now?
Chris Ivory.
All right, Chris Ivory. Now, I'm going to say, I don't know. Do you got the specifics of the contract there?
You got played, boy.
Because I don't know.
He had a decent year last year, but that was
He was pretty good for the Jets.
Yeah,
but I got to see the specifications of the deal if you can find that. But basically, they have somebody who may be able to play running back. They got Blake Bortles. They got what's his name? Allen Robinson.
Don't forget TJ Yeldon there.
Yeah,
TJ Yeldon.
So, are the Jaguars? I'm not putting them in the same category as Oakland and Houston. But are the Jaguars? Are they going to be a top 5 pick next year, or are they going to get out of that bottom 5? Are they going to move anywhere, or is this team just condemned?
I think if anything, they make it to the middle of the pack.
Okay, but honestly, I'm saying, the middle of the pack. That's a good answer. So I think that would be considered a successful season for them.
Definitely.
Even no playoffs, middle of the pack. Do you think they're capable of doing it? Maybe, and it's early, but
with that young talent there, I think they could be a middle of a pack team.
Do you think Jaguars can improve from laughingstock to at least a middle of the pack team, Sean?
Yeah, I think they can in that division.
Yeah, that's true. That division is always up for grabs. We didn't bring that up.
We were just talking about Houston, but I mean the
Exactly.
Jaguars are still making moves. Don't count them out.
So
So
they
that-
have
that
to make
deal-
moves to
that-
stay relevant now.
Exactly. That deal for Chris Ivory, rumors, and this is via BigCatCountry.com, is rumored at $6 or north of $6 million a year.
Wow, that's a lot for him. They got played.
You got played, kid.
Yeah, they got played. That's a lot.
For number 2, yeah, I would have to say.
Lamar Miller didn't get that much. Lamar Miller,
Right.
Yeah, come on, he's a lot younger. His best years are ahead of
But
him.
you just
his best
but
years
you
are
just got
behind him.
done saying a couple minutes ago about how these inflated contracts are something we're having to get used to.
Yeah.
So,
But
it makes
not
sense.
that much for him as a running back. It kind of makes sense what you're saying. But when you compare it to Lamar Miller should have made more than him. I'm sorry.
Well, you're talking about 2 different teams, man. 2 different ownerships, 2 different front offices.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yep.
Oh, this just in. Broncos also.
Breaking news.
C.J. Anderson.
Really? Bronco? What?
Yep.
What happened?
Say that again.
Dolphins Inc. C.J. Anderson.
Oh wow, Denver man.
Wow. Wow, Denver. What are you going to do?
Jeez. Well, that's
Next
what
we're
happened.
Hear Demaryius Thomas went to Oakland.
Wherever. He won't be in Denver. But no, let's look at this, though. This is why this is happening. All right, now they just won the Super Bowl. The past couple of years, I mean, we've been seeing teams like Seattle up there. They were a young team, a lot of mid-round picks, guys that didn't not have bloated contracts. That's why they've been able to stay at the high level of play for so long. Denver being built out of free agents. Now, after winning the Super Bowl, they can't afford to keep any of these people anymore. But I mean, they won a Super Bowl. They sacrificed the future for a Super Bowl. I'll do that definitely. But that looks like where they are now.
And
yeah, and they were right too.
And
They
now
won.
their
Let's remember that.
quarterback and their running back are gone.
Yeah,
That's
sucks.
crazy.
But it was worth it. I'm sorry. If the Giants were in the same situation, if the Giants would have won the Super Bowl last year, like, I'll take a Super Bowl and then, kind of fall back for a couple years if I have to.
Yeah, I
But-
mean they are probably going to be suffering from a Super Bowl hangover. Yeah,
It looks like that,
hangover
yeah.
for the next couple.
They're not
years.
bouncing back like the
No.
Pats.
No,
That's
no,
not
no, no.
happening. That's not happening.
That division is going to be, I don't want to say up for grabs, but it's going to be up for grabs.
Well, who's out there? What's that? AFC West.
That's the AFC. That's KC.
Chargers.
Yep.
That's Chargers.
Oakland.
That's Oakland and Denver.
Yeah,
so
man,
so
like
Oakland,
ooh.
and KC.
Yeah, they're the front runners.
They're going to be absolutely. They're going to be the front runners in that division going into next year.
Yep.
And don't count out KC. I don't think we even talked about them when we were talking about the Raiders earlier. Don't sleep on KC. They went 11-5. They made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I'll sleep
They're
on them
still a
all
good
day
team in that
because their coach eats
I
a
was
lot
just
of
going to
barbecue.
ask you about Andy Reid. I was just going to say that. This is what sucks. I kind of like Andy Reid. I don't know why. He's an ex-Eagles coach. I don't know why I like him. But
He looks
I
like
do.
Dr. Robotnik.
Yes, he does. That's why. It's coming back to my childhood. I loved Sonic, dude.
Like especially
Love
in the
Didn't
Chiefs,
everybody-
like
Chili dogs
it takes
all day.
it also takes me back to that old Snickers commercial. That's all good and all, but who's the chefs? Great googly moogly. Like I think
I don't remember that one.
you don't remember that one. Well, yeah, hit up the YouTube and look for that one. That was pretty funny back.
But why does Andy Reid take teams so far and then screw up in clock management and blow the 2-minute
Because
drill,
he's a-
burn the timeouts,
because
and they
he's
go
a-
down in flames?
Think
He's a
about
good
the last
coach.
time he ran.
He's a good coach. He's not a great coach. He's been said over.
He just gets beat. He's giving it his all, and he's getting
He gets
beat.
out-coached when it comes to crunch time. And I know every Eagles fan out there can agree with me there.
Similar to Rex Ryan.
So,
knows
but you have
Rex
a
Ryan
baby.
in
You
here.
have a
He
baby him.
He knows what
with,
he knows what he's
your
doing.
New guy, Pedersen.
To a point, and then
Peterson, sorry.
he's like, we'll have to burn a timeout here right at the half because we don't know what play we're running or something
but-
like that.
But I have a question for you. But now you have a baby, Andy Reid, taking over your team.
I don't think a lot of Eagles fans are happy about that.
Yeah, I
said,
don't think so
said that
either.
a couple podcasts ago.
Yeah, so it's like
They're kind of just trying to go back. But hey, they were winning back then, dude.
They were
When-
winning
But they
back
never
then.
won
was in charge.
But they never won a Super Bowl.
You're right.
They
You're right.
never
They were
won the
bad.
Super Bowl,
Yeah, you're
yes,
right, you're right.
but you guys were in the NFC Championship for like 5 or 6 years in a row.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right, so to say that his system didn't work would be completely opposite of the truth.
And also, progressing so far into the year gets you a worse draft pick. So you guys have been getting less quality of players because you've been good.
You're talking about the
But the funniest thing
Chiefs.
about all that for you,
what happens to the Chiefs anymore.
T.O.
Andy Reid
was
can
your
go out there and
contributing factor for
Kansas City
reaching the
and
bowl.
order cheesesteaks from Philly and do whatever the hell he's going to do out there. I don't care. He's not my coach anymore.
So, do we have anything else that you guys want to hit on, or are we going to get ready to get out of here?
I think we've wrapped it. I think we need to wrap it up, man.
I mean,
we've talked so much. It feels like
I could go on for
we don't
hours.
want to take up
about the
everybody's
NFL.
time, but please hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, hashtag us VOB Pod. Share it with your friends. Also hit us up on iTunes. Make sure that you hit up the comment section. Give us a like, and also make sure that you start checking us out on YouTube.
Bedlam Podcast. Remember to hit us up on Twitter, hashtag VOB Pod. Thanks for subscribing and downloading. Catch you guys later.